morning, students. Welcome to our learning channel of mathematics. We are discussing about probability concepts. It is the fifth video under probability section. Today we are going to discuss about types of events which are frequently appearing in numerical problems. So first of all, these events are most important. First one, equally likely. Equally likely events. That means when you say events are equally likely, means equal chance of getting as output, right? Every outcome has same probability value. For example, if I take a box containing 5 blue balls, 5 red balls of same structure, then picking up of a blue ball will have same chance. That is 1 over 5. 5 blue balls are there. Out of 5 blue balls, if you want to select one blue color specifically, 1 over 5. Similarly, for red also 1 over 5. Other way around, they are thoroughly mixed. Randomly, if you want to select a ball, irrespective of the color, whether it is red or blue, probability of each ball, whatever you pick up, will be 1 over 10. Because for 10 balls are there, only one ball you are selecting. If you take any ball, the probability value will be 1 by 10 or 0.1. Such events are comes under equally likely. So what are equally likely events? Here I showed in red indication that every outcome will have same probability value. Let's illustrate an example here so that you can get the idea about this. So it is a box containing two set of balls, black, white. Box containing balls of two colors. Let us take here 10, here also 10. So here in the box we have taken 10 black balls and 10 white balls of same structure. Means they are not biased. Every ball it is perfectly manufactured. The thing is that if I want to pick up or select one ball, at random. So what is the probability of ball, BAL, ball selected? Because we are taking only one ball, the M value, whatever you take on numerator, it must be 1 by N. Total number of balls are 10 plus 10. That is equal to 1 over 20. 1 over 20. Irrespective of the color, your color is mentioned. So all that 20 balls will have same probability when they are get selected. Imagine each ball is number 1 to 20. 1 to 20. Getting ball number 1, probability value 1 by 20. Selecting ball number 18, same 1 by 20. Selecting ball number 20. Ball number 20. We are picking only one ball, but number to identify which ball we are picking there. 1 over 20. How many you are selecting? That gives M, favorable outcomes. N stands for total outcomes, as I mentioned in the formula. M over N, 1 over 20. So for all the 20 balls, the probability value is 20 only. That's why picking or selecting a ball from the box containing 20 balls or 30 balls, it depends upon the problem there. each ball will have same probability value. Such type of events. Here, what is the event? Selecting a ball, selecting one ball without any color restriction. This comes under equally likely events to just for idea's sake, every outcome will have same probability value. This simple example can get the idea. Not only balls, any aspect you can take at random, you see that probability value is not going to differ, not going to differ. Equal chance of getting same output value. Let us see one more type. Mutually exclusive events, they are also called as disjoint events. Disjoint means there are no question of overlapping. So in terms of Venn diagrams, for example, if I write E1 is one type of event with a circle, and E2 is one more type of event. If you find like this, means overlapping is done. E1 and E2 are overlapping. This is called overlapping part, means intersection part. Intersection region you can write. If they overlap, means there are some outcomes which are similar in E1 and E2. E1 and E2. Here, because of this region, these are not called mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive separate. They are joint events. They are joint events. So here we can give the indication that not these are not mutually exclusive. Not mutually exclusive. On the other hand, if you happen to find like this, I'll take two events only here also. They are separated mutually. Here there is no intersection region. There is no overlap here. Whatever the outcomes are there in E1 cannot be there here, or whatever the outcomes are here cannot be here. So these are called mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive events. I'll give an example to understand about these two criteria. These type of events will play a vital role in understanding the problem. Numerical problem will give you the clarity about the events there that you need to identify. Then we can able to get the result very quickly. So their types of events play a vital role. Let us see the example under this category, how it works. So our random experiment, as I told you, you must know random experiment rolling a fair die, a fair die, fair die. A die will have six numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'll designate E1 set of outcomes or collection of outcomes which are odd, which are odd numbers. You can write odd numbers. Odd numbers. In sense, you can show whenever the word set is there, make use of curly brackets. So odd numbers. What are odd numbers in your die? 1 will be there, 3 will be there, 5 will be there. Let us take one more event, E2, set of outcomes which are even numbers. So this will be 2 is even, 4 is even, 6 is even. Let us take one more event 3, E3 here, set of outcomes which are prime numbers. Prime numbers are those numbers that can be divided only with the one and the number itself. Number itself. So here I'm going to show what are the prime numbers except one. 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number. Because except 1 and 2 can divide 2. Except 1 and 3, other numbers cannot divide these numbers. 5 also, except 1 and 5 itself. If there is any other number can divide apart from these two, self number and 1, they come under composite numbers. So I have taken three events here, one E1, E2, E3. Now you see E1 and E2, no outcomes are common in these two. So these two are mutually exclusive. E1 and E3, 3 and 5 are matching. They are not mutually exclusive. What about E2, E3? 2 is matching. These two are not mutually exclusive. So only E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive events. Let us see the third one, elementary events. Elementary, very small. Simple to answer. Every single outcome, every single outcome of a random experiment, of a random experiment is called an elementary event. In some texts, they call a simple event. Simple event. So this is about these three events. You be careful because they play a vital role in word problems. And next video, I would like to explain problems how to work out by using addition theorem on probability. Only remember these 4 points. Read the problem carefully. Identify the random experiment. What are the events or event associated with the problem? Then identify what is the value of small m, favorable outcomes, and small n, total number of outcomes of that event. Then compute the probability using the formula P of capital E is equal to small m by small n. So do share our channel with your friends and tell them how the concept is getting informed through these videos. I am telling you these are very effective so that you can able to understand carefully and perform well in your examinations. All of you, God bless you.